Check, 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 check. 1, 2.
So we moved our scoreboard from, wait, tell you? Yeah. So it's really important that we don't cut off any part of the basket.
First set it up, couldn't tell you. Yeah, keeper, when you did it at first, worked clear over there.
I don't know, maybe there's some other kind of interference going on with the keeper right here. Cell phone shouldn't have any of that effect. I don't know if this is static electricity, maybe, disrupting the signal. I don't know. What are you finding? Any good information? Well, crap, Corey. Yeah, big crap going on right now. You want to just come up here then to the front of the ping pong?
We couldn't hook like one of those cameras up here.
Maybe I'll...
Would it?
We couldn't hook like one of these up here.
What if we drop this down low right here? What if we drop the receiver down here in front? Would it, think it make any difference?
Johnny, we're going to use your little program.
I mean, I can't think of anything.
We borrow for a minute.
You want to try it?
Lots of excuse me.
What's that?
There's lots of excuse me's.
Yeah, I know, right? Well,
I think yeah, they sort of left it out. Use your own
yeah,
imagination. 6'6", 190.
I was thinking, we used to have the receiver drop down here and it worked a lot better. I think Corey's on top of it. Iceman's here.
Huh?
I saw Chris.
Yeah, he asked the grandkids, and Mama. Grandkids got to come.
Gotcha.
Do we have a long enough SDI?
Yeah, we should. That should fit. Be long enough, right?
That's just so it doesn't fall over. Oh, never mind. I guess it will.
Yeah, it should be fine.
I got your program. This Casper?
I don't know, because now that's lower than it was before. I just wonder if it means to...
I don't know if it would do better lower.
It's got all the cameras.
That's
good.
And your 2019 Region 9 North Champion, your Casper College Keepers. Today the Keepers play host to the Generals at Sheridan College.
Put the band back
Moment right now, we ask that you please rise and join Robin Desire, Sherry Matheson, and Nayla Skaggs as they honor America with the singing of our national anthem.
And a wonderful Wyoming weekend, everybody. Welcome to the final home game for your Casper College Lady Thunderbirds taking on the Lady Generals. Solovi. Number 23. Norora Partina. Haley McDermott, she's from Thermopolis, Wyoming. Cassie Hoyer from Delta, Montana. Fatita. Here's your starting lineups for your Casper College Lady Thunderbirds. It goes like this. Number 3, Raquel Fier Bernard, 5'6". She's from Spain, averaging 8 points per game. Number 12, a 6-foot sophomore from Barcelona, Spain. Norea Baena, we call her Nene. She's averaging 11 a game. Number 20, Maggie Justinek, 5'8", sophomore from Rock Springs, Wyoming. She averages 10 points per game. Jay Johnson, sophomore from the Trona County High School here in Casper. She averages 11 points per game. And number 31, Lucy Haskova, 6-foot sophomore from Czech Republic, averaging 16 and 10 rebounds. Your head coach is Dwight Gennari, assisted by Nate the Skate Macy. Cheyenne Bolster, Angel Sharman is our athletic director. Thank you, Robin, for all you do and sing the national anthem there with your other two friends. Darren Devine is our president. Well, my 23rd year here at the Swede. I spent 17 of them on the road, home and away, with my good friend, X-Man Chris Crossan joins us. And, boy, 2 great games today.
I'll tell you what, Big Daddy, if you're a basketball fan in Casper and you're watching us on the web, great. If you can't get out, the weather's nice. If not, you better get up here. This is the pinnacle of JUCO college basketball. Very good ladies teams. Our team getting a 1 seed, and then the boys later. But this is going to be a great matchup right here.
Yeah, number 5, Sheridan Generals against our Danny Russell's Birds at number 8. Coach Davis coached with Gernari. Here's Lucy for 2, automatic. They do that all year, Chris.
Well, Big Daddy, you know, that's not good scouting by the Generals, because the T-Birds win the tip and a quick one-handed pass off the dribble and an easy lay-in to start it off.
Yep, double team in the corner there, back out front. Fakes the 3. Back out around the horn they go. 12 on the clock. Shot up, no good. Maggie gets the rebound. Here comes your Birds. Maggie across the timeline. Gets it to Raquel. Glad she's back from that severe ankle injury. Here's Lucy. Lucy turnaround jump shot, 2 for 2. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how athletic she is, Marcus, when bigger colleges will take a look at her. She caught that on the move at the elbow, stopped, pivot, and drains the 16-footer.
Yeah, she's a double-double, averaging 16 and 10 rebounds. A great kid. Played started all last year. Nice steal almost by Lucy. Now bring it back. Sheridan's first 3 is good. 23 on the 3. And that's Partina, I guess.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I thought I used to be hooked on phonics till I saw the Generals starting lineup. It's going to be a challenge, Big Daddy.
Yeah, for our listeners up in Sheridan, we'll try to get it right. Maggie's 3 is short. Nene gets a rebound. Good job. She takes a 2 from the 15-footer line. Jay Johnson puts it up, and a foul. I think they're going to call that on the Lady Generals and former T-Bird referee and Brandon Gilbreth.
That's right. Now, do you think that'll be after the shot? Because Jay had already let it go. Yeah, it'll be out of bounds. Yeah. She nearly banked that in. Great positioning by Johnson on the rebound.
They had 3 good looks. Getting it in before 5. They barely do get it to Nay. Nay to Raquel. Raquel on the dribble. Raquel dribbles, penetrates, gets it to Nay. Traffic galore. Nay's right-hander's no good. Lucy had it stripped away by the Lady Generals. T-Bird ball underneath.
I'll tell you what, Big Daddy. Nene, lucky to get a shot off. She was fouled 3 times on the possession and no whistle. And she still almost made it.
Yeah. So here's Nay to Raquel, to Maggie, Justinet. Everybody on the court's averaging around 10 points a game. Lucy for 6 of the T-Bird 6.
And again, Marcus, fundamentally sound Lucy. Again, coaches are going to lather over that. You're down on the baseline, 15 feet out. catch. Feet are already set. Knocks it down.
Jill Legursky had a look at Lucy. I'll tell you, she'd fit right in with that cowgirl program. Nice layup by the Lady Generals.
They got Hoyer open. They've been double teaming down there. It's the first time they've really got an inside look in the first few minutes.
Here's Raquel. Raquel to Maggie. Looks like a 2-3 zone X-Man for the Lady Generals. Here's Jay's first three. Get in there, in and out, no good. Always like to have her make that first with Maggie on the putback, no good. Jay battles, it stays with the Birds. Good job for Jay, just battling after the missed shot.
Yeah, 2 offensive rebounds, well, if you want to count that, on the same possession. Generals needing to go to a zone. They don't match up well with the T-Birds.
Right.
On a man-to-man situation.
Here's Maggie. Maggie on the dribble, gets it to Lucy. Lucy scored all 6 for the Birds. We played almost 3 minutes. Homecoming at the Swede. Final home game of the year. Nice give and go, lay it up and one, missed it. Nice pass, nice shot, and they couldn't get it to go.
The basic pick and roll executed perfectly, pass right on the money. You know, when you're doing the pick and roll that tight in the lane, it's tough to get the pass away. She hit her perfectly, almost got the N1.
So Nay will, she'll have one more.
They get a size substitution. Cynthia Green, the freshman, checks in for the Generals.
So Nay usually a pretty good foul shooter. She makes 1 or 2. She's a construction management from Barcelona, Spain. 7-5, Birds up by 2. 7 minutes left, period 1 from the Swede. Here's Sheridan. Nice dribble, nice shot, too hard off the back iron. Nay gets the rebound, outlet to Maggie. Here comes Maggie. Maggie to the right, backs it out. She'll set it up. So to get to Raquel. Raquel Fiera Bernard. Got it to Lucy. Lucy looking inside well, she'll fire the 3. It's good, and the foul. They're going to call that on Johnson or the Lady Generals on the push?
It's going to go on the Generals. I'm not sure if she was over the back or sideways, but caught Jay Johnson low back and hip. Jay's trying to stretch it out. T-Birds will get the ball out of bounds as the shot was already released.
Yeah.
How about Lucy?
9 to 10.
That's a big-time 3.
That is.
I mean,
she shot from everywhere.
That's a big-time 3. You know, that's the one thing. There's a lot of players that can shoot. You have to be ready when you get the pass to shoot, not get set later.
Here's Maggie for 3. Got it. Wow. That's a 6-point play.
Wow. When she's open and that good rotation on the shot, and that's 6-point play, you've got to capitalize it. And it's such a boost for this team, and really hurts the Generals' psyche.
Here's a 3 here that's off the side of the backboard. Not a good shot. Here comes Maggie, about a 50 mile an hour. Maggie takes it, gets it to Jay. Jay Johnson on the dribble, takes a 3, in and out, no good. Maggie almost had the rebound taken by the Lady Generals, who need a point. They're down by 8 on a 6-point play just moments ago. Nice steal by Jay to Nay. Can Nay get it up? Fakes, traveled almost, put it up and in. We'll give it to her.
Boy, I'll tell you what.
That pivot foot.
You normally when you're down there, you try and do a jump stop. That was very athletic. She stopped, pivoted, and then flipped it in over the rim. T-Birds go up 10 early.
Yep. There's a 3 in the corner. That's an air ball. So back-to-back bricks by the Lady Generals. And Jay is going to get it to Maggie. Of course, a limited bench for the Birds. Just 4 players suited up. Of course, we lost Maya Jones from Rapid City. Here's Nay, put it up and in. And a timeout by Sheridan. Wow.
What a terrific pass. Jay Johnson on the dribble, but you know, the key is keeping your dribble. Then there was just a little seam. And Jay found that with the patience, and then the perfect pass. Right up around the chest and neck area for the post, and an easy lay-in. And between Nene and Lucy, the Generals are going to have a big puzzle to solve here because they are in a deep hole down 17-5.
They sure are. Thanks to Kiefer and the gang. Kiefer, Ryan, Corey, Ben. Am I missing anybody, Kiefer? As long as I get you in, that's what matters, right? You're high paid.
That's
Okay.
right. Yeah. He's still willing to do it, even though he was elected to the Hall of Fame, the Webcast Hall of Fame. So he's still here. He's still, it hasn't gone to his head.
All right. After the timeout, they almost throw it away, and it'll be a jump ball scrum touchdown Broncos. Wow. It'll stay with Sheridan.
Well, Marcus, the Generals out of the timeout, reinforcing. They're determined to get it into the post. Okay.
Yeah.
And the T-Birds are fronting and going behind. They've only got one good inside look. I really like the way the T-Birds defense is collapsing on their posts.
So they do get it in. Sheridan had been stuck on 5 for quite a long time. That's the third air ball, but boy, look what I found, and look what she missed, a layup. Puts it up, missed it again. Point blank layup by Sarah Aka, and couldn't get it in. Oh, Maggie's hammered. Ooh, boy, she went down hard. I'll tell you what, Maggie can play rugby.
Yeah, that's for sure.
She
You know,
is
Marcus, for the fans that give the oohs and ahs, it looked a little more physical. She had lost her dribble, so that was kind of a bailout.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Maggie playing with so much more confidence this year. And she's better when she plays at a high speed.
Yeah, that's about the only
T-Birds like
speed
to
she
keep
has.
things going.
Yep. Bailey Johnson from Rapid City checks in for the Birds. Here's Nay, lay it up, and it missed it.
Boy, that was a nice head and ball fake at the foul line.
Sure
Just
was.
missed the layup.
Here's a 2. It's finally they hit iron.
See, T-Birds will take that. You want to let your post shoot from 3. They can take those shots.
Yeah.
They might make one, but look, one and done. T-Birds get the ball back.
Again, yeah. Here's Lucy. Ashley Tahoe checked in. Nay, Lucy for 3. Oh, is she feeling it? Another timeout by Sheridan.
Holy
Lucy,
cow.
11 of the 19.
Holy cow. I'll tell you what, Big Daddy. She spotted up. Are they going to make it a full timeout? T-Birds aren't going to take a little rest on the bench.
White says no, full steam ahead.
Generals are going to sit. T-Birds are so wired, they're not going to sit during the 60.
Yeah. You know, our great Rodini, who piloted Air Thunderbird for years, his good friend and our good friend, Agnes from Sheridan, she's up in the stands, gave her a hug.
No kidding.
She's been with the Sheridan Generals and traveled with that bus for 25 years. God bless Agnes, and hi
Wow.
to Trevor and everybody up at Sheridan.
And I tell you what, I don't know the bus drivers' names now, but all the bus drivers over the years with the great Rodini and all of them, I think people they're so underappreciated.
Yeah.
People care, but it's not easy. You know,
your lives are in
when
the
you
bus
and I
driver's
wake
hand.
up from a cat nap at 3:30 in the morning in the fog bowl coming home from
Liberal,
Powell,
Kansas.
we're happy. We're happy that we have them. So the T-Birds with a 19-5 opening run. It's going to be their best quarter of the year.
Yeah. And the Generals have been stuck on 5 for well over 3 minutes. Here's a post move. That's almost a 3 seconds. No look. They need this one. Got it. That was a big basket that they needed. Didn't catch the number, Chris.
That was by Tusavera.
Okay.
That's a 3 ball.
Here's Ashley for 3. She likes that side and nails a 3. She likes any side.
T-Birds playing with ultra confidence early. Not only did she have the look, we had rebounders underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Generals really struggling. The T-Birds now in a man-to-man. They were in a zone earlier. Another steal.
Yep, Sarah threw it away. Here's Raquel. Ashley catches up with it, jump stops, trucks the shot, in and out, no good.
That would have been better to pull out.
Yeah. Here's McDermott into the post, left-handed shots, no good. So that was Hoyer. But they do get an offensive rebound, which they haven't had very many of those. Tough shot.
You
Two
know,
shots.
in that particular situation, T-Bird defender kind of running alongside instead of getting in front of that post player. That was Suze. half step over, there's no drive there.
Right. Yeah, Rika in. Rika really played a lot better. She's 6'2" post from Hungary. Chris can pronounce what city she's from in Hungary. I've never pronounced it, and I told her parents I would.
Zombo. I'll
There
just
you go.
call it Zombo.
Zombo.
They're only 1 out of 2 for the Generals.
Yep, 22-9. Here comes your Birds. Here is Bailey Johnson to Jay Johnson. Rika, too hard. Nice move, just a little hard. She's came a long way from game 1. The Birds come in at 23-6, 12-1 in conference. The last 2 years, Chris, our conference record, 26-1.
Wow.
Shot up, no good. Nice block out, nice offensive rebound. There's a foul there and a no call. I think
Jay Johnson
McDermott
had the
got it.
in-prize position. She just didn't back into the defender. But the Generals miss again. When they've had opportunities in close, they've missed most of their layups.
Top of the key. Ooh, tough lob to Jay. High arcer. Whoa.
Wow.
Almost drew rain and almost went in. Ooh, that's almost a reach in, but no call by Mr. Gilbreth from Douglas.
I'll tell you what, it's a very difficult to throw that lob when you're throwing it down the center of the court from the foul line. It's a great catch by Jay. The only way she could get it up was really high off the rim, but didn't convert. T-Bert's going to stick to the man-to-man this trip.
Down to 70 seconds in the quarter. Here's a 2. It's no good. Nice rebound. And the putback's no good. Another foul for your Birds. Team fouls 2.
You know, in that particular situation, it appeared, again, Jay had the inside position. But when you're inside, you've got to get down low and get your butt into somebody and then go for the board.
So shot is good. We're at 62 seconds left in the quarter. Lead at 12 by your Thunderbirds.
Nice crowd filling in, homecoming. Like I said, if you're on the webcast and you can get here,
Come on up.
come on up. Otherwise, stay with us. But it is going to be a great afternoon of college basketball.
T-Birds up by 12. That is a 15 foul, so we'll go into the bonus.
Jay Johnson will go to the line from right here. Casper, Natrona County High School. Her sister played for the T-Birds and went on to UIC in Chicago.
Oh, that's right. She
Quite
did, didn't she?
a basketball family.
Now, is her sister done playing
Yeah, she graduated.
last year?
Jay makes the first one. T-Birds with a chance, Big Daddy, for a 25-point quarter. If you get this free throw and another hoop later, I mean,
It's a lot of points. Maggie will check in.
you know, the coach did indicate, and I know they'll say it if they mean it. Gennari doesn't pull any punches. They had a really good week of practice.
Yeah.
And he's right. You can tell.
They did. Lucy back in.
And it's hard for a team to gel after such a phenomenal year last year.
Oh, man, yeah, national tournament. So see what Sheridan can do. And one nice little scoop shot there by...
To Severa. Tell you what, I look down the roster. We've got Aloma Solovi, Nura Fatima, Tala Tusviera, and that's just her first couple. Nice block by
Yeah,
Johnson.
Nice save by the Generals, but she's on the line. Yeah, good block.
You know, I like that, Marcus. She doesn't go all in on it and foul her or go past her. Just enough to tip it. Here's that
McGill.
chance. I want a 25-point quarter. I want to brag about that.
Oh, they'll get it. Here's Maggie. Jay for, well, she's going to take it.
I thought so.
Here's Maggie. 12 on the clock. Jade and Justinette. Here's Jay. Take
Oh,
it.
they just missed Lucy again. Oh, boy.
That's a
Lucy
good
was
look.
wide open on the
Oh,
block.
nice steal, Maggie. Ooh, almost.
Maggie has really, really grown up this year. She was a good player last year, but she is a solid contributor now
Boy, she's really turned
and
it
provides a lot of leadership.
Yep.
Who says you can't win with Wyoming players, Big Daddy?
up. That's right. Whoa. That'll be T-Bird ball.
Notice the defense by Lucy. She didn't get too close. She stayed in front of her. You do that, a lot of times a post player that's dribbling, that's not their forte. She turns it over.
Yep. So here's Raquel. 4 seconds.
Do they know?
That's a long three.
Oh, my!
Wow. Jay Johnson from WNBA range. Wow. Birds up 17. Wow. From coast to coast around the world, you're listening to the Worldwide Web broadcast of T-Bird Basketball live from the Swede. Welcome back to the Swede. Big Daddy along with the X-Man, Chris Crossan. What a quarter by your Birds. We don't have the stats. We'll have it at halftime, but there's shots. They're shooting excellent.
Yeah. The T-Birds, I believe, knocked down 5 threes.
Wow.
Johnson's was a 32-footer as time expired. No panic. Knew the clock. Knocked it down.
Here's Maggie for 3. Wow.
Again,
Another timeout. That's 3 timeouts in 11 minutes.
I know we talk about it, but when the team is playing this well, you got to give credit where credit's due. Maggie got her legs under her. The defender wasn't going to challenge, so rather than just fling it, she gets her legs under her. She's got perfect rotation on that. The T-Birds bang down their 6-3 of the half.
Wow.
in less than 11 minutes.
Yeah.
The Generals right now, gosh, look at the deer in the headlights coming out of the huddle. They're like, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
We just got off the bus, I thought. We're down 30-10.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it started early with the defense of the Birds.
Mm-hmm.
Sheridan couldn't get it inside. They tried to make some substitutions, and the T-Birds have been red hot offensively.
Certainly have. They're up 20. Largest lead of the afternoon. Tough pass inside, kick back out. They want to shoot the 3, but they're going to go. That's a horrible shot. Luckily, it stays with them underneath. Nowhere to go.
Good defense again. T-Birds. Another thing is when the ball has been in the post, for the most part of the time, they've kept their feet. And, you know, sometimes you have to let people force people to make shots instead of trying to block stuff.
Mm-hmm. Brooklyn Betham checks in. Ooh, there's a collision.
Yeah, a telegraphed pass by the Generals from the wing. Jay Johnson came from the far wing, saw the telegraph pass, went up to catch it, and the Sheridan offensive player had to play defense and fouled her.
Boy, and she's hurting. Brooklyn just checked in, and she's spent already. She got hit hard. That's a turnover. A rare one for your Birds.
Yeah, it was a little high, but it almost seemed like Raquel kind of took her eye off it. She didn't get up high enough.
Well, Coach Gennari, is in his 11th year. He's had 20 win seasons since he got here. And, of course, here's the 3 there that's no good. You and I were blessed to go to those back-to-back tournaments in Salina, Kansas when they took 4th that first year. That was something else. What a run they had. Almost won the whole thing.
You talk about coaches getting a lot out of their players. Yeah, the players play, but he puts them in that position. If you remember, that was quarterfinal game to get to the semis. The T-Birds blew a big lead, were dead in the water, and pulled it out.
Yeah, ended up winning by 1 or 2. Lucy for 2, that gives her 13.
You know, I don't know if Lucy's going to grow anymore, but with the way she could shoot outside and having the good footwork on the interior, it's tough to teach that. She's a natural at it. And then you throw in, You played. It's hard. You can always forget when a player's left-handed. There's not that
Yeah,
many, and they're
that's
hard
true.
to defend.
That's true. And she can play the 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5 positions. She can play them all on the court. 23 on the lead. Another turnover. Almost, but luckily saved by the Lady Generals. They're down to 10 on the clock. They have nowhere to go here. They'll be lucky to get a shot off. Horrible pass. And here comes Maggie. And Brooklyn, I think, will be checking out. Jay to Nay. Hello. Missed the layup. Nay got it again. Put back. She will go at the line for 2.
She's mad. She missed that little
Yeah.
puppy underneath and didn't bank it in. All set up by the defense. Big Daddy, you had it perfect. The shot clock's winding down. They brought a post out to try and pass. She almost threw it away. Then they go for that lob, and Maggie just closed on that thing. And rather than sit on it, they pushed the tempo on the Generals. I mean, they are really back on their heels. They cannot find a lineup. Remember, the T-Birds beat the Generals by 10 a few weeks ago.
Up in the Golden
And they are
Dome.
up by right now 3 points. And we barely got underway.
And the T-Birds get the offensive rebound off the 2 misses by Nay, which is unusual. Here's Jay. Tough shot. She gets her own rebound, puts it back up, and got the bounce. Nope. Rebound, Lady Generals. Oh, almost a steal. And Sheridan's going to back it out. And
They're forced to bring the posts out to pass. They're very frustrated here. They've got inexperienced players in.
That's a
foul
push.
on the drive.
Yep. First team foul on the Birds.
Their third string post, Brooklyn Betham, has come in to get some minutes, and they pull everybody away from the basket. She's going to sub out, and Lonnie Taliauli checks in.
Okay.
Told you there was a few more.
Used to be you only could have 3 foreign players. Now you have a whole roster full.
Lonnie is pretty agile for her big size, but I'm glad when they pull the posts away from the basket.
There's a long 3. It just barely draws iron. Here comes Lucy. Lucy will give it up to Maggie.
Nice decision by Lucy there. There was nothing ahead.
Yep. Maggie to Bailey Johnson to Nay. Nay's going to fire it from 15. In and out, no good. Might as well. You're up by 23. Sheridan has not scored a lot of points here in this game. They were stuck at 5 for a long time. Here's the lob. Tough shot there. Good defense by the Birds. Good tip out to keep it alive, but another missed shot. Generals are ice cold.
That was good defense and good boxing out on that possession.
Here's Maggie.
Nasley took a shot from Tawaluli. No whistle, but the T-Birds stayed strong.
Bailey Johnson. Danae in the corner. She's going to go baseline, and she'll bring it back out. They got 8 on the clock. Here's Lucy. Automatic move, in and out, no good. She'll go at the line for 2.
She puts it on the floor after the good first step. Sees the second defender in the double team, and rather than continuing to go to the rim, Big Daddy, she starts her layup from about 5-6 feet out. So she's assured of the foul and almost the basket.
Well, at least she's human. She misses one for a change.
Great bench players to come in and get minutes and be comfortable going into the tournament. You can't go into those tournaments and not be able to play a lot of people.
Yep. And you know where the tournament is, at Cougar Palace. Last year we beat the Lady Cougars here for the championship. It might be a deja vu.
Might have
again.
the band down right behind the bench.
How many times have we been down there?
A lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we won't, if we don't go, we don't know what the temperature is in Guernsey.
That's true. Oh, another miss.
And again, you bring the post, Tauli out way out from the basket. Nobody under the rebound. T-Birds will give that up all day.
Lucy will go back to the line where she has 14.
That's kind of creative because the defender had Lucy, so she took an extra dribble. So now she's actually going away from the basket.
Mm-hmm.
And a mistake by the Sheridan guard, reaching in and fouling, and she'll shoot 2. The Generals have 5 fouls with 5:39 to go in the quarter.
Ooh.
And they're chasing a 23-point deficit.
Down 10-5 with 6 minutes, 31 seconds left in the first quarter.
See Jay Johnson down in the back twisting and turning. Remember we said she got wrenched in the hip and back area. We hope she's okay.
Yeah, we can't afford nobody else to get hurt with Maya Jones out. And, of course, Maddie, the Gillette 6-foot sophomore, tore ACL in the Wyoming All-Star game, so she's been out for the whole year. She was redshirted. So is Maya. Shot up, no good.
Nice box out.
Yep, that was.
One and done from the outside. Generals, they've kind of abandoned their offense.
Yep, and the rebounds are way high to Danae for the Birds. Here's Maggie. Takes it, gets it to Lucy. Lucy gets it to Nay. Nay's going to fire a 3. How about that? I don't know if that's her first one of the year, but she doesn't shoot a lot of them.
Well, she knew there was no way Tyaluli could close on it. She gave her a look, and Tyaluli made a half-hearted effort, and the T-Birds lead it 38-10.
Sheridan didn't expect this for their final game of the year, and that's a foul on the Birds.
Yeah, and if anybody's just tuning in, T-Birds started red hot, and it's continued, maintaining the intensity. And
yeah, they're on a 11-0 run just to start this quarter.
And they've also played, Sheridan's not shot it well, but the T-Birds have played also very good defense. Sheridan, it would be tough for them to actually win this game because they're not getting any quality looks inside. They're getting very few offensive rebounds. T-Birds were a very well-rounded half so far.
And both of them are missed. They're still stuck at 10 and have not scored a point in the whole quarter.
Yeah, it just snowballs when you're
does.
down this much.
Green checks in for the Lady Generals. Here's Nay.
Look left, Nay.
There's Lucy. Lucy to Maggie's going to post up.
Whoa.
Nice strip. Maggie gets it back. Tough pass. Here's Nay. Tough shot.
What?
That's a globetrotter move. Wow.
That was a fantastic post move. She went to both sides of the basket on the fake and then curled it up and in with off the glass with the English. That one would make a college scout drool.
Yeah.
T-Birds up 30. Wow.
That's incredible. So the Birds are going to run the weave here and run some clock. Ooh, there's a
no, very, very rare turnover. Look who's bringing the ball up.
Yeah,
Tyaluli, the post. Oh,
the most traveled.
That's about as long as she's ever dribbled in her life.
I think so.
And look you've got her way out on the post, nobody inside.
And another 3 missed. They could have called the foul on Green.
Good job by Lucy to block out. Well, she lost that and recovered it.
Nay, give and go, lay it up and in. Boy, is that sweet. That's sophomore to sophomore there.
See, now normally, Marcus, when you see something like that, if people get that webcast view, you know, that possession in most times would resolve in a turnover. Instead, she recovers and finds the teammate.
There's a nice play. Finally.
She got a little screen and there was no help on defense, and the Generals break their drought and they get back within 30. Wow.
That is their first point of the quarter. Basket of the quarter. Here's Maggie for 3. Fading away. Wow. Yeah, the Birds are hotter than no deer rifle today. My goodness.
You know, if there weren't 2:30 to go in the half, I'd drop the mic right now. That was really icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Stepping back. But Maggie has such good rotation on her shot.
Ooh, then she almost gets the block. Well, that's an added advantage for the Birds to have Maggie shoot the threes because she's shooting a lot more this year than she did last year. And then with Raquel Fier Bernard from Spain, the guard, she's really stepped it up the last 10 games and scored 13 points a game. It really helps control the whole as the point guard carries the show for the Birds. Great team.
What, Daddy, outside of the team, Dwight is blessed again with good assistance.
Oh, Nate, yeah, Nate's wonderful, and Cheyenne played for
Yes,
Coach.
Nate has been terrific, and Gennari lets his assistants coach.
Look at that, patented fast break. Yeah, he sure
Another
does.
hoop for Johnson, and then Cheyenne Balster has the experience of playing here a couple years and knowing what Dwight likes to run and being able to relate to those players.
And being Cheyenne was a 5-4-5 player, she could take care of all the pivot people, the bigs. Yeah, hi to Nate Macy's family, and that's a charge in Oklahoma. They're listening, I know.
I am really proud of the T-Birds defense. It takes a lot of discipline, Marcus, not just to get those charges, but when the ball does go in the post, they do not leap. They keep their feet. They try to play good position. You can't get it done every time, but right there, oftentimes somebody will go for reach for that ball. Jay just stood in and took a heavy charge. And an outside chance here at a 50-point half.
Wow. Yulia checks in, Yulia Kuko from Turan, Poland.
Look at this, Bailey Johnson posting up.
Wow, nice passes there, but it wouldn't go.
Kind of thought Bailey should have shot it.
Bailey can shoot the three.
Look where the blue shirts are.
Yeah.
There's nobody within 16 feet of the basket.
And that's a air ball. Wow.
There was one person inside the arc, and they take a long three. Even if it hits, you're not going to get the rebound, and instead it's an air ball. I just think that they were so disrupted early. I'm not saying you're going to go to the post every possession and get back in this game, but they've given up on any kind of an inside look.
Yep, they sure have. So down to $1.17, and here's Maggie. Maggie to Yulia. Yulia behind her back. Nice dribble. Put it up, Yulia. Oh, in and out, no good. Nice rebound. Jay Johnson has 11. Make it 9. 49-12. Wow. This is crazy. Here's a three that they could use and missed it.
Nice box out by Jay Johnson there.
Then she's fouled. She'll go at the line for 2.
Everybody's out on the perimeter, and I mentioned earlier Jay didn't back into the offensive player. That time she did. She gets the rebound. They double team her and knock her out of bounds. Jay goes to the line to try and get us to the half-century mark, but still a little less than a minute to go in the half. Could this be the T-Birds' best half of the season?
I would say so.
Offensively and defensively.
Yeah, and Sheridan, is no slouch. They're a good team.
The thing is they got the lead, they put the pace on them, and they just kept the throttle going.
Yeah, once it's 10-5, the Birds just went crazy.
But they have not come down, Marcus, and rushed what they're doing. They've been in the flow of their offense. They've got good looks. Granted, they've been shooting 3 lights out. There's 50. 50-12.
Yeah, at that 10-5, the Birds went on a 17-5 run to end the quarter up by 17.
Check the blue shirts. Nobody inside the foul line.
Nope. Another long three, and it bounces and
Okay,
rattles
they rattled
in.
one in. About all they can do.
Yeah.
T-Birds need to use the clock here if they can.
Here's Maggie. Back to Yulia. Yulia on the lob to Jay. Jay
Nice
saves
save.
it. She's out of bounds.
Oh, yeah. Yulia's lob was more flat than up, and it was really tough for Jay to recover.
Yep.
Generals might get the last shot of the half here unless the T-Birds can create a turnover.
And I would think that the Lady Generals just play for the last shot. Down by 35. They might not even get a shot off.
I thought she traveled.
Well, they did. Count it. Nope. Wow. At the half, X-Man 50. 50.
Say that again. What's the score?
50 to 15.
Wow is right. Three
Holy
letters,
cow.
all capitals. W-O-W. Wow.
Wow. Yep. T-Birds leading at the half. So from coast to coast around the world, you're listening to the World Wide Web TV broadcast of the T-Birds. We'll have stats coming up in about 10 minutes.
Lucy's doing okay.
Sorry, I kicked your chair on my way out.
Whatever, yeah, we're good. Marcus controls the audio.
Chris Crossan and Marcus Hayden back at T-Bird Gym. The T-Bird ladies in the first part of this doubleheader lead the Generals from Sheridan 50-15 at halftime. Here's some of your stats. The Generals shot 5 for 28 from the floor. That's a meager 18%. 3 for 15 at the arc, 20%, and 2 of 8 free throwing at 25%. And they committed 5 turnovers, but just could not get those second shots. The T-Birds shot lights out, 18 for 36 overall. That's 50%. 7 of 11 at the arc, 63%. Free throwing, only 7 of 13 at 54%. T-Birds had 3 turnovers only. They lead it 50-15. Individual scorers, the Generals had 4 players with 3 points apiece. The T-Birds, production from everywhere. Nene had 10 points, 4 rebounds. Maggie Justinek, 9 points, 6 rebounds. Jay Johnson, 10 points, 7 rebounds. And how about this stat line? Lucy Hiskova had a game in only the first half. 7 of 7 from the field, 1 of 1 from the arc, 3 of 5 free throwing, 3 rebounds in 16 minutes, 18 points, and she is shooting 100% from the field. That is a heck of a half. The T-Birds, also a really key stat, 11 assists on 18 made baskets, and they have 18-4 edge, outscoring on points in the paint. I think the word would be dominating first half. Might be the. Hey, there, Big Daddy's coming back too. A dominating first half is the biggest understatement I've ever made.
Like you said, Chris, this has got to be, and we'll ask Coach on the postgame, this is the best first half in years for the Lady Birds.
Lucy Hiskova shooting 100% from the field.
Wow, she is 7 for 7. And she never very seldom misses foul shots. She's 3 for 5, so I guess she's human.
So here we go to start the second half. The T-Birds really getting on a roll here, getting ready for Region 9 tournament time.
Yep, there's a foul and 1. Wow, Sheridan starts out good, but they're only up to 17.
That's right. Now they did do what they tried to do in the first half. On that first possession, they tried to go inside, and they got a nice pass inside, and just coming in here late was Raquel with her first foul. Excuse me, third foul.
Ooh. Well, you know, Bailey Johnson stepped up at that point guard. And of course, Maggie can play the point, so that's what's going to coach put in Bailey Johnson at the next dead ball for Raquel.
Big key here for the T-Birds, Marcus. Maintain intensity, keep the good pace. I like this. They've already made 6 passes on this possession already.
Yeah, isn't that nice? They're looking for Lucy underneath. They can't get it to her. Nay's playing the high post. They're down to 6. Jay for 3. Ow! Boy, that'd have been a big one.
They really wanted to go inside. Good defense by the Generals. And look who brings the ball down.
Yeah, their post player.
Lani Tauli is running the point.
There's another almost a three-point play. I thought she was fouled, but it'll be.
Well, the T-Birds certainly got fouled on the rebound. Raquel was clubbed by 2 Generals, and I think they'll call the foul on Cassie Hoyer. Oh, that's her third. So if you're the Generals, you're down a bunch. Now you got one of your interior players already with 3 fouls.
Mm-hmm.
And when she goes out, they don't have much of an inside presence left.
Nope. So Maggie will run the point along with Bailey Johnson. Nice bounce pass and 1. Didn't get it. Jay mad at herself, but that's a tough angle.
It just, look at the way Maggie carries herself this year compared to last year. Now, there was nothing wrong with last year.
No. She's just got more confidence.
She has really, really grown up.
Yep. And she's a player that can move on, too.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You know, because teams need players that can do a lot of different things, and also she's very gritty.
Yep.
You know, she's going to grind it out for you.
You know, she'd be a good fit. Black Hills State or, you know, one of those upper
And when you
echelon
play with that
schools.
kind of confidence, and you played on the team last year, the other players are going to look up to you. She's taken a little bit more of a leadership role.
Mm-hmm.
Tough to get that through that screen, but they got a steal out of it. She tried to go through the 250-pound post, and she bounced off of her, but they got a turnover.
So the T-Birds lead at 52-18. Here's Lucy. Lucy with 18 in the first half. Sheridan playing tough D. That's a tough play there, and then she's out of bounds. Jay all over the place.
Jay got bumped a little bit. There was, not much you could call there. Could have gone either way. T-Birds, however, the last couple possessions, content to pass it around the perimeter. When they could get inside, the ball movement stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Generals have a little bit of confidence, but they've such a deep hole to come out of. There's that screen again.
Yep. And that's a big screen. There's a nice shot. Boy, Coach Davis for Sheridan did a good job.
Cassie Hoyer with the pivot move. And again, an interior move where they just went away from it in the first half.
Yep.
T-Birds had shut it down. You got a mismatch now. Nene down on the baseline against Taluni. Here she comes up top. Taluni can't close on that.
Jay wanted to shoot the three, but she'll bring it back out.
She can take this player off the draw.
There's a three. That's two. Oh, the bank's open. Well, the bank is open late today, X-Man, and she has 15.
And Jay didn't even smile. She'll take it. Points
yeah.
on the board for the T-Birds. That might get a little fire under them here. But again, defensively, holy cow.
Wow.
That is Lani Taluali, and I was kind of teasing about her bringing ball up, but she's really good from the outside.
Yeah. You know, unfortunately, our roster doesn't show where the Sheridan Lady Generals are from, but I know she's definitely a foreign player. I would think that's a foul on 40.
Yeah, Fafita, the last couple possessions, has really, really been battling hard on Lucy, and that time Lucy sealed her off.
Yep.
And then there was some contact. Lucy went down, and Fafita didn't think much of a foul, but here we go. Now there's a post, 4 fouls. So fouls are mounting on the Generals' interior players.
Good defense.
They're probably going to make Talaluli have to go inside.
I think so. Timeout for Coach Canary. Boy, I'll tell you, 17 years with you, and the next game, the Generals men are number 5 against Coach Russell's Birds at number 8. And I didn't check the records book, but you'd have to go back to the late great Hall of Fame coach who built this place, Sweet Erickson, maybe with an Edwards at NJC, or guys, I can't remember the coach at Trinidad for years, really a nice guy.
Oh.
You know, these are names that go way back that we can't remember.
Right.
But at that time, there was probably a matchup like that when Swede was here. But we've never had a number 8 and a number 5 match up here or anywhere in Wyoming.
Never. Never with 8 and less, and probably maybe once with 10. T-Birds took a timeout there. Ganeri wasn't happy the way they were running their offense. Let's see what they run out of the timeout.
Into the corner to Maggie. Maggie baseline. Maggie baseline and 1. Wow, that's a tough angle shot. The air of not going in it was a lot.
There's no doubt about it. They originally tried to go inside of Nene. It wasn't there, and Maggie faked off to the wing and then kept kind of juggling down to the baseline and jiggling in there, and she just powered it in. Now she's in double figures. That gives her a dozen.
Well, we have 4 players, all starters in double figures. Nay, Maggie, Jay, and Lucy.
And the leading scorer at the half for the Generals had 3. They now have 1 player up to 7, but she's on the bench with foul trouble.
That's Hoyer. Yeah, that's right. She has 3.
Oh, actually, they brought her back. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That's a really needed bucket there. It's not necessarily to keep such a huge lead, but to maintaining intensity. It's a tough play by Maggie. Really keeps the crowd in it, too.
Yeah. Ooh, nice defense by Nay.
And she gets back.
And then Sheridan throws it away.
They were determined to try and throw it into Tuolali in the post, but the backside help was there, and the defender saw it, threw it right out of bounds. Good defense by the Birds.
Well, I thought the Lady Generals had more than 5 turnovers the first half, but a lot of that was just one and done, and a lot of those shots didn't even hit iron. Here's Lucy. There's your left-handed spin around. Oh, too much spin. Jay, put it up. Whoa! Nay almost had it. Look at Lucy. Gets it to Nay. Good hustle, Lucy, in the sky of diamonds. Shoot it, Lucy. Why not? No, gives it to Maggie. That was just determination on the Birds get that offensive rebound. There it is, Lucy. That's easy. That's bread and butter. Bread and butter.
It's such a terrific pass. She's got great hands, and she knew where the defender was, so she switched it to the left side, laid it in. T-Birds go up 60-23.
Take it. Might as well. Got it. Well, I tell you, Sheridan shooting lights out, but they're way down.
Solovi was in a battle with Maggie. Maggie went down, and Solovi hit the 3. The Generals have done a really nice job here to start out the second half. They had 15 points at halftime. So,
You know, I know our good friend at the Star Tribune, Jack Nallum.
Jack Nolan, the big MSU fan,
Usually he
making stuff up.
would
Yeah.
usually be here,
Yeah.
but the all-class wrestling, state wrestling's up at the event center today. The championships are about ready to start, so he's missing a good one today.
That's for sure.
But he's got to do what
They've
he's got to
started,
do.
yeah, championships started, yeah, they've are underway.
Good write-up, though, in the Star about this matchup today. There's Bailey Johnson's 3. Couldn't get that to go. She is scoreless today.
Yeah, Kelly Walsh trying to win their first ever
State championship.
They
Yeah.
took second last year, I believe. They got the silver. I guess that's second.
Well, Travis Peak's a great coach. I've known Travis's parents, Val and the late Pat Peak, and he's done a great job at Kelly Walsh. There's a lob pass, and speaking of sports, I went to Chris's daughter Cassie Crossan's a sophomore or junior, excuse me, but they did the indoor track, and I took grandson, and
You got a good, nice.
it was a beautiful
View of that facility,
It's-
huh?
That is nice. Yeah. And Jay, my grandson, who's 5, got a little wore out with all the pole vaulters warming up for half an hour. We had to leave. They were wore out by the time they pole vaulted. How did Cassie do? 9 feet
Lucy,
something?
another lay-in. Cassie went out at 8-3.
8-3. But
And
that's not her.
finished third because of attempts. Liberty from Kelly Walsh got second. Kayla Stibley got 10 feet for the Trona, and she won it.
Nice. Another 3 is no good.
Remind me to tell you the story about the throwers running a relay when we get a moment here in a little break.
You mean the shot put discus guys?
Correct. And girls.
Wow. Maggie for 2. Maggie has 14.
God, there's a bounce in her step that is just
Yep.
showing up big time.
Oh, nice backdoor cut. That's a nice Princeton play, but the ball just could not get to the Lady General for the layup.
T-Birds again pushing tempo to wear the Generals out. And every time you make a pass, you got to make people move, and then that wears them out again.
Here's Ashley for 3. Ashley has 1 3 in the first half. Here's the Lady Generals very quickly down the court. And tell that story while we have time.
Well, we thought we were getting done. The 4x400 is always the last. They're big excited. Now, since it was a duel and not a bunch of schools,
With Crosstown Kelly Walsh.
Crosstown Kelly Walsh, they did a beautiful senior night for the Kelly seniors, girls and boys, and also for the NC seniors, boys and girls. And to end the evening, they had throwers come out, shot putters, and they ran 50-50, 4 50s, one time around, handing the baton.
Wow.
And they did the girls, as many as there were could run, same thing with the guys.
About 50 is all they can run.
Yeah, well, they got out there, thought they were running the 4x2. And the coaches were like, no.
No.
State is next week. So anyway, it was really fun to watch, and the kids got a big charge out of it. Cassie's friend Corey was in it, and his team won. There was a lot of posturing and whatnot. But it was really a nice way to end a very, very good meet to get NC and Kelly ready for indoor track next weekend in July.
Yep. As we head into March Madness, isn't that hard to believe? Next weekend is March Madness. 1A, 2A state will be up here at the event center. Nice shot for Sheridan next week.
Now that is another hoop for Tala Tuisavura.
Whoa, good for you. She has 5. Nice post up, Reka, Sue couldn't get it, too hard. Nice pass. Nice fast break. Tough miss.
Boy, yeah.
But the coach applauded him, and I think what the Sheridan coach said, hey, listen, we're not going to win, but let's go out there and play hard. We got a tournament game probably Friday because the Birds will open up against Northwest of Powell here on Friday. Reka missed it and fouled.
A late whistle, but she'll get the call. It was a terrific job inside by Ashley Tahau from Buffalo. She got the rebound, thought she got clubbed, and battling for the rebound again was Reka. T-Birds a little too much size and depth on the glass. And the Generals bring back after the first free throw. Their big post, Lonnie Tailuali. By the way, she's only a freshman, number 54, Lonnie.
Should be back.
I'll tell you what, for her size, she's very agile. She brings the ball down. She's knocked down a 3 today.
Reka's major is general studies. Her favorite food is pizza. Her favorite sports figure is Michael Jordan. Her favorite person is her dad. Oh, MJ there. And her mentor is her dad. She's a good kid. And she's really came a long way since October 1st at practice. She'll be really good next year. There's a nice move. And, oh boy, can't finish it. There's a good move by Sarah. Just cannot finish it.
The Generals are getting very good looks thus far in the third quarter. And that keeps them kind of hanging around. They didn't just roll over. They could have at halftime, the way they got pounded. And then Jay Johnson, at the end of the first quarter, hit the 32-foot 3. I mean, everything was going there.
They were down 50-15 at half if you're just joining us.
So if they get this free throw, they will tie their first half output.
And they do. Yep.
But still, the T-Birds with a 35-point lead in the third quarter.
That's what they led it at the half. 65-30.
Boy, good hustle by Sarah. Oka was chasing Jay Johnson. It's hard to keep up with Jay. She's quick and agile and bounces around like a gazelle. Generals have not gone away. They're still playing hard on defense.
Now, of course, I don't know how true it is, but I was told that Legursky from the Cowgirls from Wyoming's recruiting Jay.
Well, there's certainly some players here he could look at.
Oh, Lucy for sure. Nice one, Ash. Nice play, Ashley.
How about that for the freshman from Buffalo?
Right.
Right where you needed to be with the offensive rebound. And guess what? Right back up, no dribble. We love it.
Yeah, we love that.
And the foul.
Yep. Ashley is a very good player, good find. About an hour and some odd minutes away from Casper, one of the nicest golf courses in the state at Buffalo. And of course, Rafferty was the pro there.
Correct.
Coach Rafferty's brother, probably still is. Coach Raff went from Central Army College to the Brooklyn NBA team, whatever Brooklyn's called. I have no idea.
Double dribble on Talaui inside. You know, a lot of people filtering in. We've got another great game if you're listening and can make it up.
Come on up.
A lot of people here. Landons are in the house.
Yeah, I see that. Senator made it up from Cheyenne. Ooh, good defense there, and almost a foul.
That was a nice job by Cynthia Green stopping Jay Johnson and not fouling her.
Yeah, it's a buck to get in. That's a double scoop shovel. Shot, that was horrible. Buck to get in, free chili, folks. Come on, Rika. There you go.
Nice move by Rika to realize that Raquel was in just a little bit of trouble.
Here's Ash.
Lost her dribble. You got to come and help her, guys.
Here's Jet. Under a minute. Here's a shot that's off the side of the backboard. Not a good one. Whoa.
Good defense by the Birds.
Yep, travel. Forced that turnover.
Cynthia Green thought she had a seam in the lane. 2 defenders close. She turned the other way and another defender, and that's when she turned it over. Very good recovery defense by the T-Birds, which I'm very impressed, Marcus. We're closing down the third quarter in what could be termed a blowout, and they are still maintaining their defensive intensity.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's Dwight Ganeri's MO, defense. Good defense wins you championships. Nice pass.
Pick and roll there between Nasli and, is it Rika?
Right. Rika.
Rika.
Rika Soup.
And Rika just had the position and too much size. Cynthia Green had a hold of both of her arms. And Rika still almost got an arm out to catch the pass. She'll go to the foul line. General's fouls are really mounting, and their bench looks exhausted.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of fouls.
Yep, they sure do. They had a bunch the first half, at least, what, 15?
13 in the first half.
Okay. Charlie Robertson and Nancy in the house. Charlie, of course, the former T-Bird, played for Sweden. Of course, Nancy played for the University of Wyoming. Cowgirls. I don't know who the coach was back then.
I don't either.
Shot up, maybe Chad Lavin.
Might have been Chad. Actually might have been Chad Lavin. Nice pass.
Oh, she got it off and wouldn't have counted.
What
Boy.
a terrific pass. T-Birds, however, even without the hoop to end it,
70 to 30.
70 to 30 after 3 quarters.
Well, the T-Birds end up scoring at 20, Chris, and 15 output for the Generals, Lady Generals. So that's the most points they scored in any quarter.
And you know, if somebody has come to the gym or they're tuning into the webcast, this is not a poor Sheridan Lady Generals team.
No,
this is a good basketball team.
Yeah, I think they have 20 wins, yeah.
Yeah, so the T-Birds have completely dismantled it. So, I mean, sometimes you look at that and think, oh my gosh, I don't know, they're not playing a good team. The game plan was perfect to start. The defense was good. They pushed the tempo constantly. And they've shot the ball really well, 50% in the first half. They shot better percentage from the arc in the first half than free throws, by the way. They shot 64% from the arc and only 54 from the foul line. So,
wow, that's
and
crazy.
that was that, and you know what? That was a really good third quarter for the Generals, but the T-Birds maintained it.
Yeah, yep.
Testament to coaching. Nate, Dwight, Cheyenne.
We got the best. That's the fearsome threesome. That's the hat trick there. Dwight in his 11th year had his family up in Miles City. I know they're listening, and son down in Albuquerque. I know that James's parents drove in from Albuquerque, and Brock's parents drove in from Minnesota just to watch this last game here at the Swede.
Wow.
12 hours from Minnesota, 11 hours straight from Albuquerque. And they've watched every home game on the World Wide Web. Brock's dad says, I plugged in my 55-inch TV, get my popcorn and a root beer, I'm ready. The game of the week. Nice back cut there by Jane. She couldn't get it. Nice pass by Ashley.
That was a really good set coming off this inbound play to start the fourth quarter with that 40-point lead.
I'd say that almost looked like Volkenhammer from Kayla from Gillette, but it's not. Former T-Bird.
Joe Quigg in the house, former Trona County Philly.
Yeah, okay.
Brothers playing basketball for the Mustangs this year.
You did get my text when I was sitting there with the grandkids at Mickey D's eating dinner, and the gal came up to me, and it was Tracy Aragon.
Tracy Aragon. Yeah, I was stunned because she was our host daughter 20 years ago.
1998, yeah.
Yeah, she was one of, I don't think they have official host families anymore.
But yeah, that's something else. She introduced me to
Tracy
her
Aragon
husband
from Laramie.
and her 2 sons were an 8th grader and a sophomore from Laramie. They're up here playing hockey. She is a good player.
Yeah. Tracy was on that national tournament team.
With Becker in 2000.
Becker, yeah.
Swish. Hello, Ashley.
Well, there's Tahal with the hoop from Buffalo. She gets a nice round of applause. So you figure, break down those last 2 possessions. Tylui, no legs under her left.
Right.
can't hit her last 2 shots. T-Birds come down in the flow. And Ashley playing with all kinds of confidence. Drains a 3.
Ooh, the double bank is open. Wow, that was a
That
long
was
distance withdrawal.
Aloma Solovi
Whoa.
with a deep wing
Sheesh.
bank 3. And with that 3, the Generals cut the T-Birds lead to 40.
Wow. That was a 3. Get in there, Ash. Back to back. Oh, in and out, no good. Tip up, Lucy, left-handed. Get in there, Luce. There you go. That's automatic.
Ball was kept alive by Nene because Ty Louie had to go out on the perimeter to try and stop the 3. Lucy, the footwork and the being left-handed is just a recipe for success underneath.
It's a recipe for 24 points.
Jay Johnson blocks a 3-point attempt coming over a screen. She really timed it well.
Got a smile out of her, too.
And Ty Luley is going to take some time off. She's logged some heavy minutes.
Hoyer checks back in for the Lady Generals.
Jay trying to post up. They have her.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Almost a save.
There's
That'll
a
be sure.
little too much air under that pass, but Jay had an opening trying to post up.
Well, our next game, folks, number 5, Sheridan and all the land, 28-1, 13-0 in conference, takes on your number 8 Casper College Thunderbirds, 27-2, 12-1 conference. The Birds average 103 a game. Sheridan averages 97. Those are almost like NBA averages there.
Yeah, you know, I don't remember the team that came in several years ago and on their business card it said no shot clock required. But I don't know that we're going to need one tonight either. But then, you know, sometimes there's stretches in games with that kind of quality teams that if they buckle down on defense with those athletes, they can surprise you.
Could be a 70-65 game. And that's the first foul of the period number 4.
Maggie catching a break. She was on the dribble.
Double team,
and got the reach in. Oh no, they're going to, he says a block, but. General's coach is going to go down to the bench, and Fafita's going to come in. I believe she had 4 fouls when she went out. Generals didn't have the size to match the T-Birds, but more importantly, the athleticism in the post and on the wings.
No. Here's Nay. That's that patented spin move. And they call her with the elbow. It's sort of like the Earl to Pearl move there.
It was a really nice spin move. You know, you give Green credit. She was in a spot where it really would appear to an official that it was a foul. She got a little contact and went down as Nene spun. And the Generals come down, trailing 75-33.
We're under 7 minutes now. That's a travel. Offensive foul, okay. Brandon Gilbert, former T-Bird. Hi to Monty and all the Gilberts down in Douglas. Monty's probably having a high school game somewhere.
Cynthia Green picks up her 3rd. Well, Maggie's getting around the point.
Yep, she can do that. No problemo. Maggie to Bailey. Maggie. Nay. Gonna post up. There it is. That's automatic. And it didn't go. Too much spin. She got a little far under the basket,
She
too.
did a really nice job of getting that shot off. One thing about Nay and Lucy, they know how to post up.
Right.
They don't stand and look for it. You've got to get down really low and then look for the ball.
Nice move by Hoyer.
Jesse Hoyer got loose for a lay-in. Gets her up to 9. They're just on the edge of having a player in double figures.
Yep, 2 at 9. Here's Bailey. Ash, Bailey. Nay, there she'll make that one. Oh, she missed that one.
Wow.
Short-armed it that time. Ooh, could have been a foul there, and it's a foul there. They'll call that on Sheridan to be their 3rd.
You know, a really nice job by Bailey Johnson of letting a post player, Fafita, try and make a tough left-hand layup going at full speed. she kind of stayed out of her way and then got the rebound and got fouled. And that's another thing I was mentioning earlier about defense. They keep their feet when they're in the post. You don't need to make a foul like that.
No.
And if they make the layup, they make the layup.
So that's all for number 40.
Checking in is Nura Partima. Nura has, she's very diverse. She has one black shoe, one white shoe.
Oh, good. Yeah. Maybe she for Sheridan.
Possible. How about, was that Rake? Who was that, Reka?
Yep.
That's a nice, 8-foot baseline jumper.
And she has 5 tonight.
Playing with confidence.
Yeah.
And she's barking out signals on defense in their zone.
Well, there's so many people out in the concourse. This place is going to be a sellout Saturday, Chris. A lot of people still eating chili. And of course, these lower seats are semi-reserved if you got the tickets, but
correct.
They aren't all sold out. So, Coach Becker in the house.
That's right. Becker and Dana.
Yeah. Well, we spent a lot of time with them. That group right there.
You're not
Billy
kidding.
Landon and Gary Becker. Oh boy, a lot of years with those
Enough
people.
to fill a couple of notebooks worth of notes.
Yeah.
I don't know that anybody want to write that novel.
Gary coached for about 13 years.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. The lobby is completely jammed. So if you come on up, there's still got some seats for a great matchup. Now that lob pass thrown away because Reka had the good front position on Taliali, and another turnover for the Generals. Got a foul underneath.
Yeah, one more.
Hoyer, was she holding? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Cassie Hoyer was holding.
Yeah,
That's her fourth.
That's her fourth. Yeah, and 14. Yep.
77-35.
Yep, this wasn't a game, folks.
All over the Lady Generals.
It was 27-10 at first quarter, 50-15 at half. Bad pass, turnover, Sheridan.
So, Big Daddy, not much changes on that front. How often do you and I see the three-quarter court pass ever get completed?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
like
a tough one to throw and a tough one to catch.
It's like Mile High Stadium. Incomplete. Offensive foul.
I believe Nasley, nope. Did they call it? They called it on Reka. Four minutes to go in this one. Big matchup. Number 8, number 5 in the men's side coming up.
Yep, all for the marbles. The winner, well, if the T-Bird men win, then they're going to have that proverbial coin toss to who hosts the region 9 tournament.
Whoa, how many steps do you get?
That was 3.5.
Nice rebound by Hoyer.
Yeah, it was.
That's the
Jump ball. Has a quick jump ball. Stay with the Lady Generals.
Bailey Johnson had her hands on it for a split second, and Talawali ripped it out of there.
One of our firemen.
Kind of like a
Wow.
nose tackle in football. I guess the firemen are going to be passing the boot tonight.
Oh, okay. Good
Either
time.
that or they're here because of the big crowd.
Yeah, maybe they're collecting money for Jerry's kids. Oh, that's a foul.
Talawali has really battled hard tonight.
Yep.
Unfortunately, at this stretch of the game, she has a free throw and that 1 3-pointer. So there's a chance to add to her point total. She's just not shot it well. For a freshman, they ask a lot of her. Handling the ball in the perimeter, going inside. Takes that first free throw.
What we do know is, and we'll definitely confirm it, that the T-Bird women's next home game will be this Friday, and it will be here against Northwest of Powell. And I believe it was 3 years ago that Northwest, Janice Beal's team, came in and upset our Birds by a point. Lucy for 2, missed it. Lucy, another rebound.
Wow.
She definitely has a
She
double-double.
really stayed with that.
Yes, she did. Here's Maggie's.
Got to get this ball reversed.
Lucy will go to the left. too hard, and Lucy gets the foul. Loose ball.
Well, she battled.
Yes,
I tell
she
you
will.
what,
She'll battle till the
she
whistle
had
blows.
a couple shot attempts, a couple of her own rebounds, and then fouled. Yeah, we mentioned that earlier, Marcus, halfway through the third quarter about maintaining intensity. There's 2:57 to go. Lucy's in there just trying to grab an offensive rebound. She gets a big hand on the way out. I didn't see her point till they took it off the board so quick.
I think 24 is what she had. Nay
Jay
checks
Johnson out. Nay,
Yeah, they're all coming
Maggie.
out.
Sophomores are getting a huge round of applause. Well, I tell you what, still a tournament to go, but what a way to wrap up sophomore night. You
Yep.
couldn't script that any better.
And here's the future of the Birds. 5 freshmen out there. And they're all good. Foul on Sue.
Great go. A little late.
Yep.
A little late. Another half step. She doesn't have to go for that. The other thing is, if she didn't swat at that, it's a very difficult shot that
Right.
the Sheridan player was trying to make.
Yep.
Everybody's starting to scramble for a seat now. They look inside and they say, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah. Where we gonna
Am I going
sit?
to get a spot?
So both of them are good. Well, from here on out, Sheridan will be in the 2-shot mode. Well, actually, both teams will be in the bonus. Here's Ashley. Trying to get it to Reka. There you go. Now shoot it, Ash. That's short. Reka gets the rebound. Yulia wants to pop a 3. Get in there for Yulia. Wouldn't go. Nice try for Yulia. Here's a long 3 for Sheridan. Is good by Haxby.
Jordan Haxby, that's the 3.
She has 2 of
The
them.
made baskets, few and far between today for the Sheridan Lady Generals. T-Birds with a great defensive performance.
Yep, and a turnover. Well, they've scored 10 points a quarter. Sheridan. That's the defense that the Birds laid on them today. It was close, 4-3, 6-3, 6-5, 7-5. Once it was 10-5, it was over. That's when the Birds went on that 17-5 run to go up 27-10 at the quarter, and that set the tone.
On that possession, a very nice play run, but Cynthia Green running to the basket wasn't looking for the basketball. You're cutting to the hoop, you might want to look where the ball is.
Yeah, if you want a shot anyway.
Rika thought about it.
And she did.
Take that 3.
Well, she might as well, and that's a push or a travel. Okay, travel.
Travel. T-Birds played this team a few weeks ago, beat them by 10. Come in with a great scouting report, and then add to that the execution. And holy cow, that's a recipe for a 36-point lead right now.
Yeah, we're in the final minute now. Back-to-back 3s. Nope, won't go. Yulia goes down battling for the rebound. No look pass. There's a foul. So Haley will go up the line for 2. McDermott.
Under a minute, and after that, with a little break, Generals, number 5, T-Birds, Danny Russell's Birds, number 8. I think Dan said it well. I think he stole one of my old quotes. It should be an old-fashioned barn burner. That's about all you could say, because there'll be no shortage of offense.
No. Nope, it'll be a good one. Boy, and the men are just so balanced with Isaac averaging 20, Mackay 17, Double A 15, Brock at 13.
Undefeated at home.
Undefeated at home. Ashley deep in the corner. Oh, that was halfway down.
They've had several of those.
Right up for 2, missed it. Well, this should do it, folks. 77-42. less the general score. Don't foul. That's it.
T-Birds will win this one. Going away.
Yep.
Look at standing ovation by the crowd on sophomore night in a completely dominating performance. A 35-point win.
Wow.
Holy
That is crazy.
I mean, that was they completely dismantled the Lady Generals.
Yep.
77-42.
Up 27-10 and then 50-15 at half. Wow. Well, we'll go get some stats. We'll talk to the head coach, and that is Dwight Guedera on the postgame show. Final score, 77 Lady Birds, Lady Generals 42. Stay tuned. Postgame comes your way in about 10 minutes from coast to coast around the world. You're listening to the World Wide Web broadcast of Thunderbird basketball live from the Swede. this afternoon on the postgame show. We're talking to the head coach of the Thunderbirds, another 20-win season. Coach, she's 27-1 conference the last 2 years.
Isn't that something?
13-1 this year, I guess, right?
Yep, correct.
And, you know, Sheridan came out and it was nip and tuck, but after 15-10, you went on a 12-5 run, 27-10, 50-15. That's the best first half I've seen you guys play.
It had a perfect time to do it.
Yeah.
You know, going into tournament stuff. But that's what I said to him at halftime. That was our best defensive effort, team effort defensively since NJC and the Pizza Hut. I know fans don't know exactly what I'm talking about here, but we had a couple situations where we helped the helper after a ball screen and stuff like that, and then you have to scramble out of it, and we scrambled out of it tremendously and communicated. We really dominated on the boards. I think for 40 minutes, that was our best basketball game for a while.
Boy, it was, Coach, and as you say, there's this is when it's serious.
You hope it carries over. You know, you guys have been in the business long enough to know that what we did today is not going to have anything to do with next Friday, but it's certainly going to put us, propel us in with a lot of confidence and those kind of things.
Well, we've been in the business a while, but 11 years with you is fantastic.
Yeah, likewise. Let me tell you, I appreciate it a lot.
Well, we appreciate you. Boy, Lucy in the Sky of Diamonds. Wow, what a game.
Yeah.
10 for 12. Probably a double-double, I would think, but 24 points. She's your go-to girl.
I think we're going to have 7 teams at graduation this year at Casper College, and they're all going to cheer when Lucy gets her diploma so they don't have to defend her again next year. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I'm telling you what, I would hate to coach against that girl because 90% of what she does is effort, and how do you stop effort? You know, and she'll miss a shot, get her own rebound, miss a shot, get her own rebound. She's always going to the glass and stuff like that. You can't game plan against amazing effort. And all 4 of our sophomores, pretty blessed to be able to coach a group like that.
And case in point, Coach, I said tonight, she doesn't stop until she hears the whistle.
No. We couldn't say, Lucy, back off. We don't want an injury here. That she would have probably got a little upset with us.
Well, and, I tell you, Coach McGurk's got to be looking at her. I know a lot of teams are looking at her.
There are, and I can't, and that was in the works at some point, and all those kind of things, So, yeah.
Wherever she goes, it's going to be a good fit.
There's a lot of people that think she could be an asset in their program.
Now, before I have Chris talk to you about a couple things, our next home game will be this coming Friday
at 6 p.m.
Okay.
And we will play Northwest. We know we're the 1 seed. We know they're going to be the 8 seed. We know it'll be next Friday at 6 p.m.
So if Coach Russell wins and gets a coin toss, don't they host a Region 9 tournament at that time?
No, there's a play-in game for them next year too, and they'll
next week.
They would,
even if they host.
Yes, I don't know how the North is now.
Okay.
I know on the men's side is. I know on the women's side, if it's your year to host and you get the number 1 seed, you do not have to play in.
Oh, that's what happened last year.
Beans, we got 1.
Yeah.
And they do it so that you know where the tournament's at.
Okay.
In 2 weeks in advance.
Right.
The 8 seed just doesn't get a chance. In that situation.
Okay.
So this year we have to play in because we're not hosting, and we know it's going to be in the South. So 1 has to play 8 this year.
And I presume it's at Cougar Palace.
Yes, it is. It is. That's locked up on March 7th, 8th, and 9th.
Well, you beat them here last year. Go down and beat them there this year.
We got to win Friday night, and then you got to win Thursday night, and then Friday night. If we get an opportunity to play them again this year, that means we accomplished a lot more along the way.
Boy, and with injuries on the bench.
Yeah.
This group has really stepped it up.
Unbelievable.
With Maya out the whole second semester.
And we lost,
you lost your
players before the start of the season for multiple reasons, and then injuries. And I am so proud of this effort. We, typically we're 9, 10, 11, 12 deep. This year, our starters logged a lot of minutes this year.
Yeah, you lost Maddie in the All-Star game with the ACL tear, 6-footer from Gillette.
Tremendous basketball player. Yeah. We lost a 6-foot wing to University of Wyoming late in July because they took her. She was going to play here this year and then go. And then we lost a couple guards to visa issues in August. So and you can't replace kids that late, not quality kids. So again, none of that matters. What matters is what a tremendous year from this group because there was a lot of adversity.
Coach, I think we talked about we're putting the band back together.
Yeah, it's great to have both of you here. Great. It's great to see. I actually,
Congratulations. That was a great
partway
win.
through the fourth quarter, I looked up here and I said, no way, that's not X-Man up there. Yeah, that was a little deja vu. Now I'm expecting to see Reese and Jazzy and a few of those gals.
Lindsay Ferry's going to shoot a three later.
Absolutely. That's one of my favorite photos is after we won that regional title and they're up here talking to you guys. Yeah, it's in our media guide, and that still puts a smile on my face whenever I open that book.
Yeah, and they pretty much shut us out. They took over the program.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? Yep, I could believe that out of that crew. Yep, your talking's over.
Coach Marcus was talking, complimenting Lucy and other players. One of the things that I've noticed, because I haven't been into as many games this year, last time I talked to you, I was calling to offer you a road back to the gym.
Oh, okay,
You didn't remember where T-Bird Gym was. You were on the road for so long. But the thing that I'm noticing is when we think about last year's squad, 7 sophomores, all with a chance to go play a higher level basketball and get an education.
Correct.
And you have these kids last year, sophomores, and they come back and they played. It can be a lot of pressure, and there's ups and downs in a season, but here you are at the end of the season. The roles are known, and they are tremendous leaders.
Yeah. They, you can't give enough credit to our freshmen, because if you take a look at Nay and Maggie and Jay, they didn't get a lot of experience last year because we were so deep. Nobody played 20 minutes, So Maggie and Jay and Nay were looking like 8 to 12 minutes a game, and then to come up and have these kind of years and stuff like that, it's credit to what they put into the program as freshmen and didn't get frustrated with lack of playing time. And then when their time to play a lot of minutes came, they certainly capitalized on it.
Talk a little bit about the post play. Nay and Lucy inside. Sheridan couldn't handle it. And Jay Johnson, maybe not the greatest shooting night, but the ability to get up and down the floor, handle the basketball, hit a back-breaking three when the buzzer goes off.
You're right.
And
You're
Sheridan
right.
just...
Yeah, that one took some wind out of their sails. You're correct. And where I thought Jay had one of her better games is she really flew to the boards tonight. I haven't looked at the stats, but there were times shot go up and holy cow, where did Jay come from? And as athletic as she is, if she can keep doing that, she's a 7-8 rebound person a night because she can get off the floor.
Saw her block a three and another perimeter shot, and also she's better at keeping her feet and her interior defense all around.
Yes.
But I do have to highlight, there's so many, but what about Maggie Justinek
Oh,
tonight?
man,
I mean,
gosh.
you said about not playing much last year. I'm watching the growth of a basketball player and a person and watching how she carries herself. She's running the point for you. She's running the wing. She's taking it down the baseline, gritty, getting baskets, and also taking a leadership role with some of the younger girls.
100%. You've hit the mark on all of those. And what we got to keep in mind, the 2 girls that I mentioned that didn't get the visas were all point guards. Maggie is not a true point guard. And she has played out of her position and taken the point guard role and just done an amazing job. We aren't where we're at if she wouldn't be able to adjust from being a combo guard and to be a point guard, because we lost Raquel, who's a true point guard, to probably 5 or 6 games to injuries, and Maggie and Bailey were the sole. So, beyond the statistics and stuff, her ability to take over that position is incredible.
And Coach, I told Marcus, I said, I watched a little bit of the webcast just a few short weeks ago, and you beat the Generals in their place by 10. And we were trying to remind the people on the webcast that when they might tune in and they see the score tonight, this was a good basketball team.
100%.
You guys dismantled them, took them out of their element, and the key to this game, I think, was keeping the pace up, but also when you have a team down, stepping on their throat. Not in a mean way, but just letting them know.
We talked about that at halftime, and usually when those things happen, it's fundamental breakdown on defense. You don't stay down on defense so they get by us a little bit, and then we have fouls, or we don't get help, or you don't block out because you got a 40-point lead, and then they get the extra possessions, and then an and one. It's the little things on defense that keep you from going from playing a great first half to a really sloppy first half. Really proud how the kids stayed focused on the fundamentals that second half.
Coaches always want to maintain intensity with a big lead. I'm telling Marcus it's the fourth quarter. Watching Lucy and Nay post up in the proper way, getting low and still boxing out, just not just reaching for the ball. 40 minutes.
Yeah.
Solid
Proud.
basketball.
Yeah,
Great.
proud
great.
of that effort, you bet. That's a credit to those kids.
And a shout out to you and your coaches on the game plan.
Appreciate that. Yep, sometimes things work out just right and sometimes not so good. Today was a good day.
Yeah, we'll give the coaches, the other assistant coaches, the credit.
I think that's Coach Macy, Coach Shai did the shooting this week, so yep, so you know that.
The winning meal after the game.
That's right. I scheduled the menu. That was my role.
Well, we'll
Hey.
talk to you Friday.
Good
I
luck
appreciate
next
it. Yep, appreciate you guys as always.
Good luck next
Appreciate our webcast crew. Thanks for getting this out to our fans. Appreciate it a lot. Marcus, another great season. Chris, amazing to see you back here.
What's the name of that? What's the name of the band you put together tonight?
Doobie Brothers. You guys are the Doobie Brothers. That's what I'm thinking. All right. Have a great night.
Thank you, Coach. Well, that's a heck of a win. Coach Gennari just thrilled. Probably probably their best game of the year. But I have to say, Marcus, probably one of the best 40-minute games I've seen a Gennari team. And that's saying a lot. We covered a lot of games.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm talking about wire to wire. That might be the best performance I've seen.
Yeah, and like you said, Sheridan came in a good team. You know, they just weren't 5 and 20. They're 20 and 5, and they
throttled them.
Yeah, they did. They
And
really
then,
did.
guess what? Now we got a top
Yeah, we got
8 matchup. We got 5 and 8 coming. The place is getting packed. And I'll tell you what, the roof might come off tonight.
It might. It's going to be a good one. We'll give you that one while we're doing this.
Well,
And
I looked at that Sheridan roster, and up and down, a lot of weapons. Same thing with the T-Birds. There is no shortage of offense. I know you're probably looking for a Generals roster.
I got it. I was just looking for
That's
my
what
pin.
I've been kind of peeking around for. I looked at these.
I did really want to go quickly, Chris. Raquel
Didn't play much, did she?
Well, she played 12 minutes on that bad ankle, but she's getting ready for a tournament. But Nay had 14, Nay had 10, Maggie had 14, Jay had 15, Lucy had 24. The T-Birds end up shooting. Well, they cooled down. They were 7 for 11 the first half from the arc and 2 for 14, so that's a little bit different there. But all in all,
but able to maintain the lead because the outside shots weren't falling, but boy, they just kept dismantling the Generals inside.
and you're going to beat anybody 30 to 10 in the paint.
You notice I highlight that one first, right?
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a 2-minute break. We'll have the men's game coming up in 2 minutes, folks. Stay tuned.